Planning and prepping on the weekend is key to having a successful and stress-free week, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys all about how I do this every weekend. Hello friends, thank you for joining me today. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Anna, and on this channel you are going to find all things motherhood, homemaking, homeschooling, encouragement for your mothering heart. And so I hope you will stick around and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I would love to have you here. Today is a video I have been wanting to share with you guys for forever, and honestly my weekends are kind of dear to me, and I don't usually like to work on the weekends and take my camera around with me. So that is really why I haven't filmed this for you guys yet, but I'm doing it today and tomorrow, and I'm just going to bring you guys along with what I'm already doing. I may do a voiceover and not talk a whole lot in this video while I'm doing it, but we will just see on that. But doing a little preparation on the weekends can really impact the success of the week ahead, and I have definitely learned this over my 15 years of homemaking. It helps me so much if I will just set aside a few hours on the weekend to really prep for the week ahead. It makes all the difference in how my stress levels are that next week, how my family functions that week, how our homeschool goes. Just every single thing goes smoother if I just plan a little bit and prep a little bit on the weekends. So you are going to see in this video some food prep, because that is a big part of what I do on the weekends. My husband and I both are really trying to work hard on our nutrition right now. I've been making a lot of really healthy foods for us to eat throughout the week, doing that on the weekends, prepping all of that, and it has really helped us a lot stay on track with our nutrition throughout the week. This is something I've always done, but not always for my husband, so that is something a little bit different and new, me having to kind of prep stuff for him. And so you're gonna see a little bit of that today. You're also gonna see how I kind of plan as far as my calendars go and my to-do list and things like that. I like to sit down at the beginning of the week and make a good list of things that I need to get done throughout the week, whether that be in our homeschool, in my health and fitness, in my homemaking, in my business. So I like to really sit down and dive deep into that once a week at the beginning of the week, and also look at our calendar of the events that we have going on and activities, and be sure that I have the things that I need for that. Same goes like for homeschool stuff, like looking at our science curriculum, making sure I don't need any supplies for the experiments we're doing that week, and just all of those kind of things. I also usually will sit down with my husband that weekend. We'll talk about our budget. We'll talk about things that we have going on through the week. If I need him to get off work early one day, if I need him to run an errand for me one day, I'll kind of talk to him about that ahead of time, and he really appreciates that, and it really helps us communicate to each other, be on the same page, and be united for the week ahead. And then I do some things to kind of get my home ready for the week, and I will do things like fill up our vitamins. I will do things like wipe off our chore charts and have them clean and ready to go for the following week. Clean out my fridge. I will usually sweep and mop on the weekends too. Get caught up on all of my laundry, and I like to do most of this stuff on Saturday mornings and Sunday afternoons. I try to take Saturday evening and Sunday morning as kind of my Sabbath, and I try not to do a whole lot of work at that time. So I try to just do things that feel restful for me during those times. That's why you'll see me in a couple of different outfits, because it'll be on a few different days that I do all of this. But I definitely try to get a lot of the cleaning and like the difficult stuff done on Saturdays, and save the more fun things that I enjoy doing on Sundays. Okay, so what I'm gonna go work on now is I'm gonna prep some food for the week. So I'm gonna take you along for that. But before I do that, I would love to know what your favorite meals are to meal prep. Drop that in the comments below. I'm always looking for new ideas and inspiration. So if you have any good meal prep ideas that you typically make on the weekends or throughout the week, let me know in the comments below. Before I start meal prep, I always love to clean out my fridge because usually it's so jam-packed and full of stuff that needs to be thrown away that I can't even fit my meal prep items in there. So that is what I'm doing right now, is just getting the fridge wiped down, cleaned out, throwing away the food that needs to be thrown away, and having my fridge prepped and ready to go for all the food prep that I'm gonna put in there. I hate leftovers going to waste. So that's what my kids are having for lunch today. They're gonna have some of these leftovers that I had in the fridge. And that's the way we do leftovers around here. We rarely let leftovers go to waste. Usually we eat them for lunches.
Coming in from coming in for landing.
Our chickens are finally laying eggs for us again. They really slacked off over the summer, but now they are finally laying eggs again, so we are so grateful for that. And I usually will wash a bunch of them on the weekends. My husband sometimes will take some to work with him and sell them at work. And then we usually make a bunch of boiled eggs, and I will snack on those throughout the week. I think I'm about the only person in the family that likes them, so they're usually just a snack for me. Sometimes I'll even eat them for breakfast or lunch. Now, if you've followed me for any length of time, you have heard me share this recipe a million times, but this is my overnight oats recipe. I actually tweaked it a little bit recently to make it be a little bit less because I was finding that I wasn't eating all of it. It was just too much. So now I make it a little bit less of a portion, and it is perfect. And I also don't put quite as much Greek yogurt as I used to in there. And so I will link this recipe below for you guys, but it is so delicious. I just make it very simple. I don't put any seasonings or anything like that in it. I just put vanilla, and then I will jazz it up with other things in it, like coconut or walnuts or fruit or cinnamon, just whatever I'm in the mood for that day. And I really enjoy doing it that way. So I'm making about 6 of these, and this will feed my husband and I for the next few days. He usually eats about 2 of them a week. I eat about 4 a week. Sometimes I will even make more midweek if I run out, but I just never know if I'm gonna be in the mood for them. Some days I really want it, and some days I would rather have like toast and eggs. The next thing I am meal prepping is just some yogurt cups for my husband. And I like to do it this way because I don't like buying the pre-packaged sweetened yogurts in the store. My kids eat those sometimes, but my husband and I are really trying to cut back on the sugar, and this is just a way healthier way to do it. So I just mixed up plain yogurt with some maple syrup, and I just added some strawberries on the top, and that will be a great quick breakfast for my husband throughout the week. And then I'm just getting the eggs out of the Instant Pot. If you haven't done eggs in the Instant Pot, boiled eggs in the Instant Pot, you are missing out, because it is literally the easiest, best thing in the world, and it has totally changed the game for me and boiled eggs, and I will never go back to doing it any other way after this. They peel off so easy, and it just makes my life so much easier. So I noticed I have a lot of very ripe bananas that need to be used up, and I recently tried a new banana bread recipe. I will link it below for you guys, but it's a healthier version, so it doesn't have quite as much like oil, and it uses honey instead of sugar, and so it's just a little bit better alternative. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double it and make 2 loaves, and I'm gonna have one for us for in the morning, because I always like to prep a little bit of something for Sunday morning. It's kind of our family rest day because we have church Saturday night, so we don't go to church on Sunday mornings. So we have a big family breakfast just about every single week. So I think I might make just a little bit of sausage in the morning and have this banana bread. And I think that will be so good. My whole family loves banana bread, so they will be really excited. And then with the second loaf, I think I'm gonna cut it up into slices, put each slice into either a Ziploc bag, or I may just do some plastic wrap and then freeze them. And that way we can pull out a piece as we need it. Or I'm really thinking it would be great for my husband for just quick breakfast as he heads out to work. Okay, I actually just remembered that this recipe calls for whole wheat flour. So before I start mixing up the banana bread, I'm gonna grab my wheat grinder and grind up about 3 cups of wheat. Whenever I use my wheat grinder in one of my videos, you guys always ask if I like the KitchenAid one. And I will say I like it, but I would rather have a bigger, faster one. It does the job, it works just fine, but I will say it's a little bit slow, and you just have to keep refilling it and refilling it. So eventually I'm gonna spend the money and get a nicer, bigger one, but for now this one works just fine. The other thing I'm always doing on the weekend is catching up on my dishes and my housework. And I also like to wipe down the kids' chore charts that they use every single day. And that way they have a fresh, clean chore chart ready for the next week. The other big task I have on the weekends is planning for the week ahead, and I have several different ways that I do this. But the first thing I do is I look at my Google Calendar and see what events we have during the week. I write those at the top of this calendar that I keep on the fridge. And that works great for us. That way the whole family can see kind of at a glance what we have going on for the week. And then below that, towards the bottom, I will usually also write in the meal plan for the week, what we're having for dinners that week, just so everyone can see and they enjoy having that there. I also plan out things in my small daily planner that I have too, and I will talk more about that in a little while when you see me doing that. I also always have laundry, guys. Always, always. But especially on Saturdays, that is my day to catch up on anything that I missed laundry-wise during the week. And that is when I get all of it done. And I don't do any laundry on Sundays unless it's like an emergency situation. But this is part of my Saturday routine, is just kind of catching up on all the laundry and making sure we are ready to go for the week. So I am right here checking Made to Homeschool. If you guys haven't heard me talk about Made to Homeschool before, I love it so much. It's an online community of homeschooling moms just all together in there. We are sharing life together, and there are a bunch of content creators, myself included, that contribute content to that community every single month. And so if you want extra content from me, if you want to connect one-on-one with me, that is where I'm hanging out most of the time. And I wanted to let you guys know that this month our back to school sale is going on Made to Homeschool, so you can get up to 20% off a premium membership now until September 30th. Guys, it's an awesome deal. It's worth every penny. And if you just feel like you are struggling in your homeschool, if you feel like lonely or you just need some community, you just need some fresh inspiration, some tips and tricks, then head over to Made to Homeschool and join us over there, because I'm telling you, you will love it there. The link for Made to Homeschool is always in the description box, so you can check that out there. Now I'm just pulling that banana bread out of the oven. Man, it smelled so good, y'all. My kids gobbled it up the next day. We had it for our Sabbath breakfast the next morning with some eggs and sausage, and it was so good. I also sliced up several pieces to put in the freezer for my husband for quick and easy breakfasts. So that was really good and really helpful. He enjoyed having that for some breakfast throughout the week, and it was an easy way to add a little bit of extra meal prep in there. Is it good?
Yeah.
A crown. Because Mom's parents gave me great.
So you guys know I really try to do a Sabbath rest day, and for this mama, it is really hard for me to rest when my house is a mess, when there is stuff everywhere. So on Saturdays, the kids and I both work really hard to get the house decluttered and cleaned. I usually sweep and mop. I pick up pretty much every room so that I can feel like I can rest and relax on Sunday, instead of feeling like I need to clean or feeling stressed that that's what I need to do, but also I'm supposed to be resting. So this, I have found, really helps me be able to actually rest if I know that the house is somewhat picked up and clean. Save this part for Sundays because this part is really fun for me. It's relaxing. I enjoy planning. It's so fun for me. And so usually I sit down for about an hour on Sundays and I plan out the week. I just make sure that my to-do list is organized, that I have everything on there that I need to get done for the week, whether it be for my business or for my homemaking or for our homeschooling. I write it all down on a list. And I get very detailed with it. I don't always accomplish everything on my list, but I like to have a good long running list of every single thing, just kind of a brain dump of everything I want to get done during the week. If it doesn't all get done, that's fine, but I like to at least have it all written down where I can see it. It really helps me not just wander around the house being like, what do I need to do next? I know there's something I need to do, but I can't remember what it is. Well, I take just a little time on the weekends to write down all of the things that I know need to get done onto this list, and that way I'm not wandering around aimlessly throughout the week and I can't remember my to-do list. It's all written right there for me. I also take a little bit of time during this time to meal plan for the week. I don't really meal plan breakfast and lunches. I just keep things on hand that I know we like for those meals, but I do like to meal plan our dinners. And I love using cookbooks. They have been really fun for me lately. These are 3 of my favorites. I'll try to link them below if I can. But I get so much inspiration from these beautiful cookbooks and they're a lot of fun. I also will often use my quick and easy meal planning system. You guys have seen it in my home planner that's available on my website. It is my super quick and easy way to meal plan, but I had a little extra time on this particular weekend, so I spent it meal planning with some cookbooks and having a lot of fun with it. The other thing I always have to do every single weekend is fill up our vitamins for the week. This might seem kind of like a lot of vitamins, but it's really not. We just take some basic things like vitamin D and multivitamin and different things like that. So that is going to do it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that it gave you some ideas and some inspiration. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up before you leave and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys back here next time.